So we'll see the enumerations in Java. It is the older version, even in C language also having enums. This is the symbolic constants or named constants. And enumeration is a list of named constants. In Java, we can have a public final keyword where you can have a variable acts as a constant. Like that, you can create certain constants in the form of a names. Such things, such list, you can call it as the enumeration list. An enumeration is created using the keyword enum, and here in Java enumeration defines not just like a enum keyword, it defines a class type. There you can have certain constructors, methods and instance variables and all. So we can define enum by preceded with the keyword enum and followed by the enum name, and inside you mention we may mention certain constants, symbolic constants. So here I took a simple example, the textbook example. There I mentioned the enum name as apple, and inside the names of apples I mentioned in this: Jonathan, Golden Dill, Red Dill, Wine Spam and Cortland, etc. So like that we can add all the enumeration constants inside an enum. And this list we can call it as enumeration constants, and each is simply declared as public, static and final member of an apple. So these constants are called self-typed, or self refers to the enclosing enumeration list. So there we can, and each and every symbolic constant have a value identified with a number. So here the first name Jonathan is referred as 0 and followed by 1, 2, 3 and so on. You may represent either with the values or with the names or both. And we can have our own definitions. And enums do not, though this is of type class type, and we should not have any instance for this enum class, and we can get a value of that particular enum by adding a variable name. So here I am just taking AP as an enum type of apple. So I can assign a values like apple dot whatever the name of that apple type. Like that I can assign to the variable AP. So no need to use new keyword in this enumerations. And even we can go for comparison of these two by using comparison operator equal two assignment operators. So it is a valid for us, we can compare, and even we can use for a switch statements also. So we can pass AP the variable of enum to the switch, and we can have the cases. Each and every case is a constant value of enum values. And we can have enum to improve the type safety, and we can have easily used in space, and we can be traversed based on the values, and we can have fields, constructors and methods. And enum may implement many interfaces but cannot extend. We can have implementing certain interface, but we cannot extend. Why? Because enums internally extends enum class. Enum is a class here, and it is internally extended to enum class. And take a simple example of this. So class define the enum example, and inside I define one enum with the name of season. And I mentioned certain constants: winter, spring, summer and fall. The four things are represented here, and it is a class I define separately inside a class, and I define enum separately, and inside a main method I define for each statement. The for each will have two partitions. One is a variable and second one is the list of variables or an array. So here I am taking all the values into yes, season of type enum variable, and I am retrieving all the values from enum. So I retrieve all the values by means of values method. So each and every iteration it is going to be print one name, one symbolic constant on the screen by means of system.out.println. And there we are having one more example here. It is of textbook example. Here I define apple and followed by the types of apples, and I define main method, and inside main I took one variable AP and assign AP to one symbolic constant value apple dot red del, and I can get the value directly by means of AP. Instead of that, I can get the value of what the particular position is. I can get the value by means of AB, and I can assign some more names to that, and I can go for comparison by means of if statement. If AB equal to apple dot golden dill, if both are the same, we'll get the value on the screen like this. And we can have a switch statement. There we can pause AP and we can get the values based on what is the value of AP is having, and based on that we'll get the value on the screen. It works as same as a normal switch. And we're having some of methods defined in enumerations, the values and values of. These are defined like public static enum and the values, and the second one is the public static enum value of, and followed by a string. So value of is going to be retrieve one constant value based on the string, pass it to this particular value of method, and the values is going to be written or retrieve an array of constants which are there inside an enumeration. So values is going to be retrieve all the values which are defined inside an enum, and value of is going to be retrieve only one value. And in both cases it returns the enum type. And the last one is we are having ordinal method returns the index of the enum. So what is the value of that particular constant? We can get the index value by means of ordinal method. Take a simple example here, and enum, I define the same apple, and inside apple I mentioned the values for each and every apple. The first constant, the value is 10, the second is 9, the third one is 10, and so on. So if you are not supposed to pass these values, the system will give the first constant as 0, second as 1, third as 2, and so on. But we can have our own values. So here I mentioned the first constant as 10, the second as 9, and so on. And I define one private variable price like that, and I am just invoking a constructor apple, and followed by it receives one value p, and the p is going to be assigned to price, and one normal method get price. Here it is returning the price value. So here enum acts as a class and having certain constructors, certain variables, and certain methods inside this. That is the advantage of using enums inside Java. Here it is not a simple enum, here it acts like a class. And the continuation of this particular enum class, define one more class and define main method. Inside main, just create one instance for apple, and I am just invoking the information apple by using a system.out.println and wine sam cost. So I can get the value of that particular wine sam by means of apple dot the constant name dot get price. So here the get price is going to be invoke this, and it returns a value. So whenever you assign this particular apple dot wine sam, the system will invoke the apple constructor and assign the value p. So what is the value of p is going to be? The value is going to be assigned to price, and the price is going to be returned by means of get price method. And inside second system.out.println, I just mention all apple prices like that, and I took for each loop. Inside I'll define one variable a of type apple, enum type, and apple dot values. So here I am just retrieving all the values and assign to a on each and every iteration one value, and get the values on the screen like a, the name of the value constant, and mention the cost, and a dot get price. Here each and every time the constructor is going to be invoked and assign the constant value to the price value, and the price is going to be shown on the screen by means of a dot get price method. Just simple example, and just go through this. And in C language and C++, this is not the possible. Next is enumerations inherit enum class. So internally the enumeration list what you are defining, which is going to be inherit or extends enum class. There we are having certain methods, ordinal method which is returns the index value, and we are having one more method compare to, which is used to compare the two ordinal values, ordinal constants of the same enumeration, by comparing these two with the support of compare to. And we can compare the equality by means of equals. So here we can extend by extending enum class. We can have certain methods like ordinal method will returns index value, and compare to is going to compare two ordinal values. And if you want to check or compare the equality of enumeration constants, we use equals method. So with the support of these three methods, we can have a simple example here. I took a season. There I can have certain winter, spring, summer, and fall, the constants of this particular enum season. And inside main method, I define for each loop, and I just invoking retrieving all the values of season and assign to yes, and yes is going to be print on the screen. And at the end, I can have certain println statements stating that retrieving values of season dot value of winter. So the value of winter is winter, which is going to be shown on the screen. And the next statement, index of winter, the season dot, the enum name dot value of winter dot ordinal method. So here, what is a winter, and which is the position of winter, and what is its symbolic constant in this. So here the ordinal is going to be written retrieve the index value of that winter. So here winter is the first element or first constant, so its value default is 0. And the next is index of summer, the third println statement, and you are retrieving season dot value of summer and followed by dot ordinal method. So it is of third position, so it returns a value 2. So like that, we are having a three positions here. We can have values and values of values and value of, and ordinal method and all. And we are having a textbook example. Please go through this, and we can retrieve and we can compare the values by means of simple if statements and all. Just go through this simple program. And this is the output for the textbook example. And this is all about what you can say enums in Java. It's a very simple topic. Just go through this. We can have an enumeration list, a symbolic constant, and we can maintain inside. And here enum is not just like a enum which is having in C and C++. Here it is a class, and we're having certain methods and all.